If you're looking for a comforting steak dinner that's packed with flavor, let me show you how I made this smothered steak recipe. Now, before I show you how I made it, just take a look at the finished steak. Doesn't that look good, y'all? Just wait until you see how easy it is.
Yeah. Are you gonna be? 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 Are you gonna be?
Okay, so first off, I have my clean steak here in a plastic bowl. So this steak, as you can see, it is not really thick. It's already cut into strips and it's somewhat thin, not too thick, not too thin, which is perfect because I don't want it too thin and I don't want it too thick because I don't want any rough steak. Okay. So right now I sliced up some onions as well. We're going to start off with these seasonings. We have black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, seasoned salt, and paprika. So we're going to start the marination process for the meat, and I'm going to start off with this W sauce, okay? So we're going to just put a nice generous amount on the steak. This is going to help it marinate very well. It's going to give it a really nice flavor. It's going to help all those seasonings stick to the meat as well. So I added a nice generous amount of that onto the steak. And then we're just going to start seasoning everything up, y'all. So you don't have to put a hefty amount. I'm not using any specific measurements. I am just eyeballing everything, y'all. So to each its own, I'm going in heavy with the garlic powder and onion powder. I didn't put too much salt on the meat because we are making a really nice gravy at the end, and we're going to smother this steak, and that will be the very end process. So as you can see, I already added the onion powder and the garlic powder. I'm adding the seasoning salt right now, and then I'm going to add some paprika as well. So get it nicely seasoned. My hands are washed, and we are going to get all of the seasonings mixed up into the meat very well. Now I'm going to let this meat sit for about an hour. You can let it sit for longer if you like. I'm kind of like in the rush, so I'm going to let it sit for an hour, and then we're going to go ahead and start the cooking process. Okay, so next I added some butter to the hot skillet, and I'm going to brown the steak on both sides. Now I'm not trying to cook it all the way through right now. I just want to get a nice golden brown crust on each side because that's where a lot of your flavor is going to come in. I'm also adding just a little of extra virgin olive oil. That's going to help get a nice sear on your meat. So we're going to melt all this down. And now we're going to add our steak. So you're just going to let it cook for just a couple of minutes on each side. Like I said, you're just browning the steak. You're not cooking it well done at this point because we're still going to put it in the oven. Once we make our gravy, it's going to cook the rest of the way in the oven. Okay, the steak is done, and I just put it in a bowl, and I'm going to set this to the side. Now we have some garlic butter. We're going to add this garlic butter to all of those good, delicious drippings in the pan. We're going to melt this down. And y'all, we are on our way to Flavor Town. Oh yeah, this is the base of your gravy. We are setting this up right. We're just going to melt this down. Now remember the onions that we marinated with the steak earlier? It's time to soften these up. So I'm just adding this directly to the pan with that garlic butter and all the drippings from the steak. And we're going to soften these up. Now we are not cooking this until it's like super soft and mushy or anything like that. We just getting this softened, because they're going to cook the rest of the way inside the oven when we bake the steak. So I'm just getting all that flavor onto the onions. So these onions are really good because it has the flavor from the steak from earlier, and plus I just put it into the pan with the drippings. So this is going to be good. Now once the onions are done, just take them all out and you're going to put them to the side. And guys, do not clean your pan, okay? As you can see, we still have some of that good drippings right in the bottom of the pan. All that flavor. We need that, y'all. We need that. So we're going to keep all that in there. And now we're going to prep for our gravy. Now, I'm going to make a simple brown gravy. And I'm going to add the butter. Okay, you need a nice amount of butter to start it off, okay? This butter is going to help loosen everything on the bottom, get everything mixed up and wake up all those flavors. So let's get that melted up. Once your butter is melted, you're going to take half of those onions you just pre-cooked. You're going to put them right in the pan. These onions are going to help flavor your gravy, okay? Now I just added a little bit because I didn't make a lot of onions. So you can make as many onions as you want and add as many onions as you want to your gravy. There's no right or wrong way to do it. I technically would have added more, but I just didn't make enough onions for the steak. I should have made more, but I didn't. Now I have 2 cups of water. We're going to go ahead and add 2 cups of water to the pan. Now, as far as the water and the amount of gravy you make is totally up to you. I like extra gravy, so I added 2 cups of water. I think I ended up adding a little more, and I'm just using a simple brown gravy mix. So I'm just adding 2 tablespoons of the brown gravy mix as well, and we're going to go ahead and start building on this gravy. I always use a whisk when I'm making gravy because that's going to help keep it lump free and help keep your gravy smooth as well. After a few minutes, you will notice your gravy will start to get this deep brown color and it will start to thicken. Now, once that happens, then you'll be able to go ahead and start seasoning your gravy. And we're just going in with the same exact seasonings that we used earlier. Okay, next I'm adding some W sauce to my gravy, and I'm going to add some soy sauce. This is going to help boost the flavor. It's going to give it some depth. It's going to give that restaurant style gravy, and it's going to help give it that beefy flavor, being that I'm not using beef broth. So yeah, this gravy is going to be off the chain because those flavors are there, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. I only added about a teaspoon of each, and now I'm going in with some paprika. Come here, y'all. Let me tell you a little secret. Now, don't start fussing at me in the comments, okay? But I'm about to add a little ketchup to this gravy. I know, ketchup and gravy sounds like I've lost my absolute mind. But hear me out. I'm not adding it to the gravy so that it tastes like ketchup. The ketchup is going to bring a little sweetness, a little tang. It helps balance out all those savory flavors. And once it cooked down, ain't nobody going to even know it's there. They're just going to be sitting there at the table talking about why does gravy taste so good? And that's when you're just going to smile and keep your secret. This is cooking up nicely. So now we're adding 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. I know some people don't normally add brown sugar to their gravy, but trust me on this one. I didn't want to plan a basic brown gravy, y'all, as you can see. I wanted something with a little extra flavor, something that's going to make the steak stand out. You know, that little bit of brown sugar is going to balance everything out beautifully and give the gravy its own personality, y'all. Trust me, this is so good. Just blend it in really good. And your gravy is pretty much ready now. You know, make sure it's the consistency that you like. If it's too thick, add a little more water. If it's not thick enough, add a little more gravy mix. And just repeat that process until you have the exact texture that you're looking for. And don't forget to taste, y'all. You gotta taste. Okay, now it's time for the last step. And we are now going to bake the meat in the oven But first, we're going to smother it with all of that good old gravy we just made. Don't forget to add all of your cooked onions to the pan. Then we're going to go ahead and take our gravy and smother all of your steak. As you can see, I made a lot of gravy, and I did that on purpose, y'all, because I like a little extra gravy. I like to add a little extra gravy on my rice or mashed potatoes, whatever I'm having on the side. Plus, having plenty of gravy is going to help keep the meat nice and tender while it bakes. So this is where the magic gonna happen, y'all. So the steak is gonna get tender, the onions gonna melt right into that gravy, and all those flavors gonna come together in one rich, comforting meal. Now we're gonna bake this on 375 for 30 minutes. And there you have it, guys. Look at that final result. Tender steak, flavorful gravy, plenty of onions, and enough sauce to make every bite worth it. This recipe was so simple, easy to follow, and perfect when you're craving a good home-cooked meal. Some smothered steak, y'all. And you already know it is absolutely delicious. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you all take care, be blessed, and stay safe, y'all. Bye.
Why you so fine?